This is motivation and how it affects people in an exercise environment. So you have definitions of motivation. So Gill said, in 1986, the motivation is a drive to fulfill a need. He then went on to say in 1974, the motivation is the internal mechanisms and external stimuli which arouse and direct our behavior. Sage, in 1977, said the motivation is the direction and intensity of one's effort. So you have two different types of motivation. One is intrinsic and one is extrinsic. Intrinsic is the sort of motivation you get from loving a sport and really enjoying playing it. You're very competitive in this sport and you love being challenged in this sport. Then you have extrinsically motivated people who sort of take part for the rewards and prizes of taking part. So they'll do like swimming just to get like certificates and badges, or play football just to get medals, and they don't do it for the love, they do it for the medals and rewards. So you have three different theories: achievement motivation, attribution, and achievement goal. So achievement motivation. In this there's two different aspects. There's need to achieve and need to avoid failure. Need to achieve types of people, they will like challenges, so they'll always be willing to be challenged in their sport. They like feedback, so they're always wanting to improve and master the skill they're doing. And they're not afraid to fail, so they are need to achieve, but they will fail in the process to then improve their performance. So then there is also need to avoid failure. These people will, their main focus when performing sport would be just to avoid failing. So they will avoid challenges as well that could risk them failing. And they also avoid feedback if they don't want to be told sort of what they're doing wrong and how to improve it. They just want to not fail. So that is achievement motivation. So then we move on to attribution theory. So attribution theory, this is how learners are affected by both environmental and personal factors. So how does an athlete lose? Like, do they blame themselves? Because this shows that they are stable and have like an internal locus of casualty. And then if the athlete blames their coaching, this means they're stable, but they have an external locus of casualty. And then if an athlete blames like their effort, behavioural factors or practice, then they are unstable and have an internal locus of casualty. Then there's lastly, if athletes blame luck or task difficulty or teamwork or possibly officials, then they're unstable and have an external locus of casualty. There is also another aspect to this, which is learned helplessness. A learned helplessness is where someone feels they have no control over an event and that they will ultimately lose. So another aspect of attribution theory is specific learned helplessness. This is when someone feels there's a specific skill they're bad at, or so an example of this might be someone's really good at football but really bad at rugby because they can't rugby tackle. So there's also a global learned helplessness. This is when someone feels they're bad at everything. So an example of this would be like someone saying they're bad at sport, or in another context would be someone saying that they're really bad at art or something like that. So you then have achievement goal theory. So achievement goal theory, this is when someone is either task orientated or outcome orientated. So a task orientated person has characteristics where they will compare themselves with their own ability. So they're always wanting to improve their ability, not comparing themselves to others. They want to master skills because they want to like get the best at a certain skills they can. They'll be like willing to lose, but they'll just want to get feedback from that to then improve their performance. performance. When you have outcome-orientated people, people will compare themselves with others, always looking at how other people do it, and they will comment on if they're better or worse than them. And they will want to win, but they want to beat others more than want to win. So their main focus is just to beat others. Okay, so then we have some more dated theories. So one of these is trait theory. So trait theory is just when someone would be really motivated in all situations. So it'd be their trait. So this would be constant, it would never stop, you'd be motivated in every situation. Then you have social learning theory, which is completely different, where it's not got anything to do with traits, it's all saying about the environment. So if you're in a really motivational environment, therefore you will be motivated even. Whereas if you're not, then you're not going to be motivated. All depends on the environment and social learning. Then you have interactionist theory. So interactionist theory combines personal factors with situation factors. So personal factors might be like a person's goals or needs, could be their interests, and this is compared with situation factors, which would be like coaches, facilities, environment, previous results possibly, and then so it then combines the two. So if your need to win is big enough and previous results are good, then it's likely you're going to be motivated to win. If they're not, and you have a need to win, but you have bad previous results and facilities are bad and you don't have faith in your coaches, then it's likely you think you're going to lose. So scenario 1, Chloe. Chloe is a 100-meter sprinter for a running club. Chloe is disappointed as she feels she is not good enough and feels she is rubbish. When Chloe joined the running club a year ago, she finished races in last place, 8th out of 8. Chloe has worked hard on her sprinting and now finishes 4th out of 8. However, Chloe still feels she is not good enough and is failing, even though she has improved a lot to reach the 4th. The top 3 from each race get a reward with medals and certificates. Chloe tries so hard to reach the top, but can never quite make it. She now feels as if it is hopeless for her to even try and reach 3rd place. So, firstly we can link attribution theory to Chloe, as she perceives herself as failing, when she could look at finishing 4th as a success if she used to finish in 8th. So she perceives her own ability as not good enough and rubbish, when really it is not, and she has improved a lot to come back to 4th from 8th. Chloe also feels a specific learned helplessness, as she feels she is rubbish and cannot make 3rd place. So if she can make 3rd place and get on the podium sort of thing, then I don't think she feels she has a learned helplessness, but this is a specific learned helplessness, as it's just she needs to reach 1 more place up. You can also link Chloe to achievement motivation theory. This is because she is motivated to achieve 3rd place, at least. However, she has tried and cannot make it, and now feels it is hopeless. This is a combination between achievement motivation theory and specific learned helplessness. Chloe would fall under need to achieve theory, as she likes a challenge when joining a running club when she cannot run very well, as she was finishing in 8th. She also likes feedback. This is because she's improved so much in a year, so she must take feedback on board. However, a key characteristic of being need to achieve is that you're not afraid of failure, whereas you could say Chloe is starting to become afraid of failure if she's not good enough and is rubbish, but she can't reach 3rd place. You can also link interactionist theory to Chloe, as her goals and needs to be successful and finish above 4th are affected by her win and loss record, as she has never finished above 4th. Chloe could also be extrinsically motivated, as she wants to be rewarded with a medal or certificate, because if you finish 3rd you get rewarded with medals and certificates. You could also link social learning theory to Chloe, as when she's in a race, she finishes fourth, she's motivated more to get third, as when she's in a race when she finishes sixth or seventh, she doesn't feel motivated to get third. This is because she's a lot closer when she's fourth than when she's sixth or seventh. She feels unmotivated. So that is how Chloe links it to the motivation theories. Scenario 2. Freddie. Freddie plays Sunday League football in a Division 2 out of 4. Freddie is a fast winner and loves to take his man on doing fancy step overs and flicks. Sometimes Freddie's teammates get annoyed at him when he does these tricks and they do not work. Freddie ignores his teammates and carries on trying these tricks. When Freddie is tackled, he gives up instead of chasing back to win the ball. Freddie often, after the match, comments on his opponent, saying he was better and they couldn't keep up with his skills. Freddie always wants to win, and when he doesn't, he gets very annoyed with his teammates. Freddie only focuses on winning and beating his man, not helping out his teammates. So firstly, you can link achievement theory to Freddie. You'd say he's a need to avoid failures. He ignores feedback from his teammates. He doesn't listen to them and just carries on doing what he wants to. He doesn't want to lose. He only really wants to win and beating his man. He only focuses on winning and beating his man. And he doesn't challenge himself with tackling, because when he gets tackled, he just gives up really easily. He doesn't then challenge himself to win the ball back for his team. So you could also link achievement goal theory, and you'd say he's outcome orientated, as he's motivated by winning and comparing himself with others. He also has a high perception of his own ability and has a negative reaction to losing. He also has very high expectations of his teammates. He's not task orientated, as he does not want to master skills. He just wants to try like his new flips and tricks, like taking on his man. He likes comparing himself with others. He is also not intrinsically motivated. So you can also link motivation climate to Freddie. The aspect of performance climate is also linked with Freddie, as he compares himself to others and is focused on the outcome of the football match. Freddie has a fixed mindset as well. He focuses on showing off new skills instead of mastering the skill. He also has a fixed mindset, as he always gives up when he gets tackled, and he does not play for his team. You can also link competence theory, because Freddie is a low achiever, as he doesn't take feedback well. He's focused on outcomes, and Freddie's mistakes are also in his control, as it's when he tries to do new skills he has not mastered yet. You can also say Freddie has trait motivation, as he is always motivated to win and focusing on the outcome. However, he does give up easily. That's Freddie. So thank you, that is my 3.4 motivation affecting people in an exercise environment.